Hey, it's Ben from LaunchFlows.com. In this video, I want to clarify the feature called Instant Registration. This is a feature that we've developed over the last many months to make it easy for somebody to do more than simply add a person to your CRM or mailing list. In 2020, there are a limitless number of ways that you can add somebody to your CRM. Whether you use their built-in forms, like in MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, and so forth, to take the person's email, first name and last name, and send it right up to the email program. Or if you use one of the dynamic widgets like Dynamic Content or Elementor or Gravity Forms, they all make it very easy to take somebody's email, add the person to your mailing list, and then send them onto a page where they'll get the free lead magnet. Whereas with an instant registration, this is to be used for somebody who is beyond the stage of being a cold lead or even a prospect. This is for somebody who is a warm prospect or a potential buyer, because what we want to do is just register them, log them in, give them the lead magnet, but then make them an offer. So we're essentially putting them into a sales funnel where we're going to actually offer something versus just the beginning part of the relationship. If you like the metaphor, think of a regular form builder as a first coffee date. You don't know the person that well, you just want to make sure you know how to get back in touch with them, so you're going to get their email and add it to your CRM or mailing list. Whereas the instant registration product, this is the second or the third date, and you already know enough about them to know that this relationship is going to go somewhere, so you want to get them into a position where you can spend the time together inside of your sales funnel. Now, to do this, we've also simplified the way you accomplish it. Rather than messing around with pop-ups and other things, all you need here is to take them to an instant registration page where you'll get the basics you need. To do that, you can create any page, post, lesson, or product. Choose from the page attributes, whether you're in Classic or Gutenberg, either of the LaunchFlows templates. I'm going to use full width because I want to use the header and footer. If I didn't, I could use Canvas and I would have the full screen blank. Now, you can always customize the layout with Elementor, but the benefit of doing instant registration is that even if you don't, everything will be formatted perfectly. So I recommend you don't do that. The only option you may wish to use is our checkout button text. This will allow you to change the place order button text to something more logical with registering somebody into your site. So I typed in the words register now. Just these two things makes an instant registration page. The page will look something like this. Depending on your theme, it may have more or less little different styling. But you'll notice that all the important stuff is there. Now you could jazz this up, like I mentioned, with things above and below and around it. But the purpose of this is to merely register the person, bring them into the site, and send them where you want. Next, you need a registration product. This is a regular WooCommerce product. I'm simply going to make sure that it's got a couple attributes. First of all, it's virtual. I would recommend you click downloadable as well, because that means it will automatically go through immediately. And if you use an extra plugin called Complete WooCommerce Registrations, you won't have to check this checkbox. But otherwise, this accomplishes making sure that the order doesn't get sent to processing or something. Next, you go to LaunchFlows. And I should have also said here, make sure that the price is set to 0. This is essential, 0. Then go to LaunchFlows, and you will choose the checkout page that we just created, instant registration. The important part about what it does next is you can send them anywhere you want, but in this case, I'm going to actually take them to a page that has my lead magnet on it. I'm also going to check two boxes. I'm going to make sure that I've got instant registration checked. This is what removes all of the normal fluff from the WooCommerce product page, and when that product is in the actual checkout, makes the checkout look like it should, which is that nice clean box. And then I also prefer to use the solo checkout option because this ensures that in case somebody already had something in their cart, that it doesn't confuse them. You can do other things like adding tags with WP Fusion, as I've shown in other videos, to let you know that somebody has actually become a free registration through this method. So you could say something like purchased free registration. And again, this is just to differentiate them from maybe other methods of onboarding. When you're done, you click update. Now, in order to sell this, all we need to do is send somebody to that page where the product will be available. In order to do that, we're going to use this link here, the direct checkout link. This is going to take this product and send the person to the registration page where they need to go. For that, I just created an example homepage with Elementor. Here, I just put a button on it, and this is where I'm going to paste in the direct checkout link and click Update. Now, in the past, you may have seen it where there'd be a pop-up or some other thing that keeps them on the homepage. We've found that in practice, it's better just to send them directly to the instant registration page because everything else is kept simple and there's no problems with pop-up blockers or JavaScript breaking and so forth. Let's give this a try. We're going to go incognito and I'll go to the homepage where I've got that example of a call to action to register. When I click, it will take the product, throw it to the cart, and allow somebody to begin to register. Bob123 at 123.com, Bob123. Register now. It will take them through the checkout, give them the product, take them to the deliverable, and on the back end, we have the person registered as a new user, and for WP Fusion, they got their tags. This means that in this particular page, if I wanted to, I could also offer an upsell. I could have a conditional optional offer in case they've already gotten this, and much, much more. The process is very tight compared with kind of messing around with third-party forms or messing around with pop-ups. I hope this helps clarify, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.